Well, it's a great opportunity now to catch up with Matt Dinerman from USA. Of course, we're going to get some racing out of Golden Gate tomorrow morning. And Matt, great for you to be joining us. How you doing?
Good to be on with you, Brendan. Everything's good. Taking it day by day, just like all the folks in New Zealand and everywhere tuning in. But we're trying to stay upbeat here, and hopefully a lot of people tune into our track Golden Gate Fields and make some money in the process.
That's right. Of course, here in New Zealand, Matt, we're in lockdown at the moment. So just what's the situation in California?
So we're very much in a similar situation that you folks are in. We are in lockdown here in California, very much in the United States. It's a state-by-state process. The President of the United States, Mr. Trump, obviously has been in communication with all the governors. Every state has a governor. We have 50 states here. And what's going on is in California, our governor, Governor Newsom, has locked down the state of California. Pharmacies, supermarkets are still open, and many places where you can go take out food or get delivery food places, your typical restaurants that have that. Bigger chains, McDonald's, Domino's Pizza, that sort of thing. But believe it or not, racing is still going on here in California at this point, and we're very happy to do that. And we have made a deal with the governor's office that all of our proceeds that we are making, all this money we're making here at the track, is going towards coronavirus victims, towards everything going on here, which is a wonderful cause, obviously. So not only are we running for the horse people, but we're running for the state and everybody here that is really affected by this unfortunate situation, and we're looking to make as much money as possible for them to help them out.
Yeah, too right. And just in terms of racing, what's the situation there? Is it day by day?
Very much a day-by-day situation. We're just taking it one day at a time. But right now, we have to go ahead and run. So until we hear otherwise, we are going to keep moving along, keep pushing forward. And the trainer is very much eager to run their horses. Everybody on the backstretch seems healthy. We're taking extreme protocols on track. No on-track patrons. The only folks that are on track with the horses are, of course, the grooms, the help of the trainers. The trainers for these horses, they go to the paddock, they saddle their horses, they watch, and they leave it. They don't have a horse for the next race. Obviously, I'm there calling the races and some of our front side staff, but very much just essential personnel are on track here, not only at Golden Gate Fields, but pretty much everywhere in America that's having racing right now.
Right, well, let's talk about Golden Gate. They have 7 races Friday morning for us here in New Zealand. What are some of the things that we can look out for, and maybe some of the certain maybe track bias, and what type of track you actually do run on there?
So we have 2 different surfaces here at Golden Gate Fields. We've got the turf inner track, the grass course, which we're actually not running on right now. We take some time off from the grass from January to April during our winter months here in America, where it is a bit rainy, especially here in Northern California. We've also got our main track, Tapeta surface, and right now, currently, all of our races are on the Tapeta surface. It's a very good surface. It holds up very well, especially in a cooler climate, given it is the winter time now. It's a little bit on the cooler side here for Northern California. So it's holding up very, very well. Very safe surface. The jockeys very much like it. The trainers very much like conditioning their horses over this track. And it's a very fair surface. I would say if there's any sort of bias, when I first got here 3 or 4 years ago, there was a little bit of an outside bias. Coming on the outside was the place you wanted to be. You didn't want to get stuck on the rail. But as time has gone on, the surface has really become more fair, I believe. And sometimes if it's a little bit rainy, the track can get a little bit more tighter. The times are a little bit faster. Your speed usually holds up a little bit better. But for the most part, it is very fair. You take it by a day-to-day basis. Every once in a while, you will see that outside bias come back. But for the most part, I think it's a very fair and fair playing surface for everyone.
Okay, Matt. All right, we need to try and make some money. So, what are some winners? What are some of the horses you really identify as good bets on the program?
So we've got 7 races on Thursday afternoon. We'll have 8 more on Friday, and then 9 race cards Saturday and Sunday. I'll go to race number 4 to kick off our analysis here, Brendan. This is a very competitive race 4 on the card, which kicks off our late pick 4 sequence, the last 4 races on the card. And I'm going with the 5-1 morning line shot MATSON, number 4 from the Steve Sherman barn, who is the son, Steve Sherman, of Art Sherman, who trained California Chrome, and people all over the world, of course, know his story. MATSON gelding in a maiden $12,500 claimer. We do have claiming races here in America, very much different levels, many different levels here for these horses. This is a maiden race. Everybody knows what maidens are that are watching this, but maiden 12.5 is a little bit on the slower side, so so to speak, a little bit on the cheaper side here in America for Golden Gate Fields. But MATSON is a horse that 2 starts ago, he ran second. First start over this track here at Golden Gate. He'd been running down south, and he ran very well. Ran second, only lost by a neck, and I thought ran a very respectable race. Now, his last start with Hall of Fame jockey Ken Dinerman in the saddle, he was down on the rail, stalking the pace. Looked like he was getting a great trip until about the quarter pole when he turned for home, a quarter mile to go, 2 furlongs into the race. He clipped heels when he was trying to make a move down the lane. Sort of had to take up, and after that, his race was done. But I'm hoping that this time around he can get a clear trip and he can possibly beat this field, because I think if he got a clear trip last time, he probably would have won. And he's 5-1 on the morning line. So I think MATSON would be one of the plays of the day. Race number 4, he's number 5 in that race.
Nice one. Anything else that you like?
I do. I think race number 6 is an interesting race that a lot of people want to take a look at, and it's very interesting because a lot of people can identify with a horse in race number 6 that you'd at least want to pay attention to no matter where you are in the world. Fort McHenry, number 3. Speaking of California Chrome earlier, this is a half-sibling to California Chrome, the same dam by Tapit, one of the best stallions not only in America but all over the world. This horse was purchased for a lot of money, over $1.1 million. Things haven't really panned out for him. He was in the barn of trainer Todd Pletcher back east. Now he's here on the West Coast for trainer Doug O'Neill. And this is a horse that drops in class significantly, adds linkers in this race, and I think can be competitive. This is a starter allowance race, a condition in which usually horses that break their mains for a tag, they usually run at this starter allowance conditions, as we call it, a starter, to see if they're good enough to move along to these allowance conditions. I'm going to try to beat this horse here, although a lot of people will play him. I like number 1, Bottle of Smoke, 4-1 on the morning line. You get a first-year rider and apprentice, Juan Espinoza, so you get a 7-pound weight break right there. He comes off a win at this level. He's been very impressive his last few runs, and he's really starting to figure things out. He had pretty bad form, believe it or not, early in his career, but he's really turned it around. He's going well. He's down on the rail, draws post position number 1. I think he'll save ground and stalk the pace in a race where there's a lot of speed. So I'm thinking Bottle of Smoke's the one in race number 6.
And is there anything in there for the exotic punters? Maybe a little bit of value for punters to look out for?
There's one horse that I really have my eye on, 10-1 on the morning line. Let's go back to race number 4. Number 5, Blues Rapper, drawn right outside of our top pick, MATSON. And Blues Rapper was running down south against tougher competition. Many of his races were on the turf, and many of those races were routing. Now, last time out, he moved to Northern California and moved to a new barn, trainer Bill McLean's barn. Bill's a very old-school horseman. He's a good horseman, and he sprinted this horse first start for his barn. He ran 4th, was just getting going at the final furlong marker there, and he galloped out really well. He's getting back to a route of ground, and I think this horse at 10-1 on the morning line has major appeal. He's going to go off at a price, and I would definitely play exactly here, MATSON over Blues Rapper. And if you get 5-1 and 10-1 and they come in, Brendan, I think you're going to make us some pretty good money there.
Nice one. Gee, I'm liking this. It's about morning time. I think it starts. The Golden Gate race is about 8:45 in the morning. So I'll be tuning in. Let's hope the viewers have got a couple of winners there as well. Matt, thanks so much for the insight. Stay safe, and let's hope we can talk again soon.
All right, Brendan. Happy to be on. It's been a pleasure.